Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Garrett and this is Nicole here at EFCU Financial. And we've been talking a lot about budgeting over the past few weeks and really kind of doing this prep work to get you to the point where, hey, now I'm ready to actually build my budget. So today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about that. It won't be exhaustive, but it's going to give you a very great starting point as you try to build your own budget. And so Nicole is back with us. And Nicole, I'm going to just say, hey, take it from here and tell us a little bit about building that budget. What should we do?
Hey guys, so really it's a very simple process. It doesn't have to be exhaustive. You need to start off by gathering financial paperwork. Gather your bills, your financial statements, W-2s, 1099s, receipts from your entertainment purchases. Accurate budgets are really composed of average monthly totals for each one of these categories. So the more information you get, the more accurate your numbers will be. From there, you need to calculate what your income is. This is after tax, what your take-home money is. If you are a 1099 employee, self-employed, or maybe you work a seasonal job that's more money in certain times of the year, you really need to focus on those lower months where you have the lower amount of pay and use that to start off with your budget, just to make sure that you can cover all your expenses with the income that's coming in. Also, you need to consider Social Security or maybe child support, but don't include income that's not consistent. You have to have it coming in on a consistent basis. So from there, you also want to go ahead and start listing out all your expenses. Make an itemized list. Don't forget to include things like entertainment, going out to eat, gym memberships. Not just your monthly bills that you're used to paying. From there, once you have that list and it's composed, you need to look at it and say, okay, what's a fixed expense and what's a variable expense? So your fixed expenses are going to be those bills that they're the same price every month. That's going to be your mortgage. That's going to be your car loan payment, something like that doesn't change. Your variable expenses are going to be stuff like maybe your gas purchases, groceries, trying to think of other things.
Your light bill, right?
Yeah, light bills, utilities, those things that fluctuate. Now, simply at this point, all you have to do is simply add up your income and then your expenses, and then you compare the two. So if your income is greater than your expenses, you're off to a great start. From that point, you really need to just take a look at your budget and say, okay, how much is going to be allocated towards your needs and your needs, your wants, and then maybe your savings. There is a philosophy, it's called the 50-30-20 philosophy, where it says 50% of your budget needs to go to needs, 30% of your budget needs to be allocated for things that you want, and then from there, the last 20 would go towards savings, maybe retirement savings, or possibly allocated towards paying down some additional debt. Now, on the flip side of this is if your expenses are higher than your income, now you really need to go back to that budget and reevaluate. So start looking at those variable expenses, and then from there, make some adjustments. What can you change? Can you eat out less? Maybe your grocery shopping, trim some of that extra expense somewhere in those variable expenses. If you still find that you don't have enough money to cover your monthly expenses, then you may need to focus on those fixed expenses, like maybe refinancing. Mortgage rates are low, refinance your mortgage. Your auto loans, maybe refinance that to get a lower monthly payment. But ultimately, you're going to have to either find more income, or you're going to have to, basically, for lack of a better word, trim the fat. Cut what needs to be cut, try to save some more money. But at the end of everything, once you have your budget and it's all squared away at the end, you should actually have your income and your expenses should be equal. So all money should be accounted for in the budget, and that's just to make sure that it goes towards specific expenses or for savings goals.
That is really good information. And look, we know this, you may have questions, right? This isn't exhaustive, but there are so many tools that are available to you. Check your app store. There are free budgeting apps. There is so much information at your fingertips, and you have the best information right here. You have us at EFCU Financial ready to support our members as they seek financial wellness. So You have your resources. This is a great conversation, Nicole. Thank you so much. And stay tuned, y'all. We're about to bring this home in another week. And just thanks again for tuning in and journeying with us.